Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength. Good afternoon. It is. It's afternoon. I had to say, is it morning? Is it afternoon? The days fly. The days fly by.
They do. What's up, girl? How are you?
Going on good and good. How are you today?
You know, I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain. I'm doing good. I've been keeping busy. Um,
It's that time of year too.
it's the holiday season, making my rounds with the people that bring me life. And so
You've been doing a lot with your people, I see.
I have. Um, yeah, I've just kind of been carving some time, because the holidays are right around the corner,
Mhm.
and just trying to carve some time with some of my people that I value and bring life, life. They bring life to me, I bring life to them.
Mhm.
Tomorrow's never promised. I mean, we know that we should be in these kind of practices each and every time.
Mhm.
Um, but I want to close out the year and really making those thoughtful and
Mhm.
meaningful, um, having that meaningful time, with my people. I mean, I can't get to everybody all at once, but I'm making
Right.
it through starting, kicking off this week. So how are things been with you?
I, you know, I have been there's a little adventure here, a little adventure there, taking a little ride here, a little, a couple hours away, just trying to take time, I think, for me, my son, you know, sticking around, the people that fill my cup. But
Yeah,
you know,
it's
yeah,
so
I mean, that's
important.
basically it is. It is. There's a lot, I think, going on. I got a lot of moving pieces happening, and I'm still trying to figure my newness out here
Yeah.
after my move. I'm still trying to figure me out, I guess, maybe. Yeah. So I mean, in order for me to do to for my self-care, you know what I mean? I'm trying to just kind of stay laser focused and stay in a bubble and just see, there's only a few people that I have conversations with,
Yeah.
very few, very few. Um, and I'm just trying to make sure I take care of myself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I just, I think sometimes you gotta things stress you out, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you have shit thrown at you all the time, and then you have to, heal a little bit and then you move forward and then you heal and then you move forward and then you heal, you know. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
taking care of me and my kiddo and our mindset and um our hearts, that's like number one for me.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's been a resounding message from I've been hearing from in my conversations with, the people in my circle.
Mm-hmm.
The message that keeps coming out each and every time is people have shrunk in their circles. So their circles have become tighter, smaller.
Mm-hmm.
People have recognized that they need to really make time for those that value them,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate them, that it's reciprocal. I mean, we never ever want one-sided relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's family, whether it's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
partner. It should never be on that one person. And I think people are observing, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that includes myself too. I myself have made several observations, um, and it just goes back to, and I've stated this before in previous podcasts, it's okay to outgrow people.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to enter new seasons, and some folks are going to be in that season with you, some are going
Mm-hmm.
to just not.
Yeah.
But going back,
And it's okay if you find new, there's some
yeah,
newness there, and that's kind
right.
of where I'm like, you know, what's, and also too, I want to tell you, I want to bring this up because And I know I had you listen to it too. But today, your husband actually posted on Facebook. I know you listened to it because I told you to.
I'm
But like, no,
laughing because it is very
it
ironic that
and it comes into the
his
newness, right? Of the
his
kind of,
post is the highlight of this discussion. So
I know.
it's
Go
pretty
Manny, go
funny.
Manny.
Go ahead, girl. I'm listening to you.
But it has to do with like newness, right? And things, in your life. And it spoke to me today, which is why I told you to listen to this, because it kind of
Yep.
hit home for me. But he posted, there's a pastor that spoke today, and he spoke on patience.
Mm-hmm.
I have none. Let's just be clear. I never have patience. So this is why it spoke to me. um, but he said, and he gave a prime example of Thanksgiving dinner, which I was like, huh, that analogy was kind of, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I got it. But he was speaking about Thanksgiving dinner, and he talked about the process of preparing, right? You prepare the food, you're preparing the turkey. It takes hours, sometimes days. You're making cookies, you're making pies. You're making all these things, and the process takes time, and you have to have patience in order to get this great result, right? And it was yummy, right? Your Thanksgiving dinner was all yummy. On the other side, there's no patience. You throw the meal in the microwave. You can tell that there was no process. It was quick, and the end result wasn't as great
Mm-hmm.
um, as it would have been if it was all homemade and the process took time, right? And so he did say, and towards the end, of this conversation, was anything of value um, takes a process, and the process takes patience. And that's Michael Todd. He's a pastor out of somewhere. I don't know where, but that was the message. And to me, I have no patience, right? So I want to do this now, have a conversation now. I want to know now. I want, I want to know now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it now. I want to know now. There's no like, just let it go and relax. And for me, I'm not a relaxed person. I'm always moving, doing something, talking fast, and so I'm that's where it hit home for me, is the patience and the process
Mm-hmm.
for that, for his
Yeah, no,
what you call
I
faith.
think yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. Kudos to my husband for putting that out on his platform. I will tell you what I got out of that messaging from this pastor, that you can find him online um on Facebook, uh Michael Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Um what I liked about his messaging, I do love that analogy. And
Mm-hmm.
my takeaway um from that, and it's a 2-minute little video, so if anybody has an interest, I would love
Yeah,
to,
you can Google him.
yeah, love to hear what your takeaway is. But for me, I think that we're living in a world of instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that he puts the message about waiting on God's plan, because
Mm-hmm.
we always want to see, what is going to happen. I'm not going to take that step until I know I got the full picture.
Yeah.
And so it always talks about you have to walk, in my opinion, I'm always a person, you got to walk by faith, not by sight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but God's promises are always bigger than our own promises. And sometimes we question, and it's very normal for us to
Mm-hmm.
question why things are the way they are today, why
Right.
people are behaving a certain way today, why, you know, maybe things were a certain way with this person and now it's not anymore. The whys. We're very good at
Mm-hmm.
questioning the whys. But
Yeah.
what we need to get good at is understanding the what. What is the lessons that we are
Right.
supposed to take away from? What is God or your higher power, or because I don't want to make this, I want folks to just intersect and be in touch with themselves. What is the
Mm-hmm.
universe telling you? What Pause and say, what am I supposed to learn from this? What just happened here?
Mm-hmm. The
Why is my
pause
circle?
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why is my
Mm-hmm.
circle becoming smaller? So although we have to practice the process, honor the process, and also patience and have patience. Um, but we also have to be in a place of pausing,
Mm-hmm.
really listening, because we all have, and although people don't believe this, but I challenge you, um, we all have intuition. And
Yeah.
whatever your we have intuition, and whatever your beliefs are, or whatever you believe is true, if you tapped into that, you will have your answers when you're asking the whys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you change the whys to what am I supposed to learn from what
Mm-hmm.
from these
From each
experiences?
step, because every process has steps.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything, there's something behind all that. And I think it gives us a lot of room to think. And I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of, most times people are very overwhelmed and don't want to have to think about anything. And that's where the instant
Mm-hmm.
gratification comes. Why do I have to, I don't want to go through this process. I just
Yeah.
want this to be ABC. But
Yeah. And
we
it's very surface level. You know
correct,
what I mean? It's very surface
correct.
level. And that's probably where, yeah, I'm like that. I'm probably my worst enemy when it comes to that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I dissect everything.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I can't, if and I've tried to be, how surface level can I really be with this situation?
right.
Nope. Never happens. No. I gotta look, and I'm asking whys all the time too. Um, and then I learn the what, I think too. I think we all do. I think it just sometimes,
But we
you
have
know,
to look
you have
for
to
that answer, right? We
you
have,
have to look within yourself, because everybody,
right.
you know you better than anybody knows you.
Yeah, and I do have these conversations with my oldest son. He did wrap up his semester. He's done with his first semester in college, but we have these
Mm-hmm.
conversations. So, um, because it's important. He's a young adult. He's facing so many different emotions. He's in his feelings about things,
Mm-hmm.
and he's recognizing and noticing. And we have conversation what that looks like. Well, how is he feeling? Um, and to
And
really
that's
get,
big. That is big with
yeah,
boys. That's big with boys.
yeah,
Um,
and he'll
Speaking with my son, that's big
yeah,
with boys, is making sure they're in tune with their feelings.
yeah,
It's huge at this age.
and
You
to
know what I
feel,
mean?
yeah, to feel comfortable enough to understand the process. Because for him,
Hmm.
and again, it's very normal, but in his mind, he feels I've been patient on things and
Yeah,
things are not
yeah,
happening. An
yeah.
example would be, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just going to put that out there. He's a 20-year-old adult. He, longs to have, a relationship. And that, hey, who doesn't, right? Their hormones all start very early. But what
Hmm.
I do tell him is, yeah, I get that. And, you have to understand, I was once a teenager and a young adult. I've been your age once in my life. It's different for women, but you have to really work on being patient and honoring the process and
Hmm.
really focus on other things.
Yeah,
And then all those things will come when
right. If
you
you take care
are
of you and you're happy within
right.
yourself,
When,
everything else will fall into place.
when
If you're,
yeah, your
yeah,
level of
yeah.
maturity arrives,
Hmm.
that door will open. It's just not
Hmm.
your time just yet. There's
Yeah.
other things that God is sifting through in your life. And I think having those conversations and being very real about maybe why
Hmm.
did I get that promotion, or why is that person not moving forward with me? It's all about, it's not your door. It's
Yeah.
not the
It's not
person.
the time.
It's
It's
not
not,
your time. Why
yeah.
did I get that
Hmm.
house alone? It's not your
Hmm.
time. I have a bigger home for you somewhere else. It's not
It's
here.
not your, yeah,
So I
yeah,
think if we just get into those spaces, then guess what? The frustrations and all that other stuff really doesn't,
yeah.
surface up, doesn't become on, it doesn't surface because you have the understanding I'm good. I'm trusting the process and I'm
Right.
gonna work on my
And I'm
patience.
happy within myself first. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm happy.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not even
It's
going to talk
hard.
about, I'm not talking about my 11-year-old and the whole the girl stuff. I'm not even having that
I
conversation.
know, please
But I
don't.
have,
You're at
no,
11.
but I
Thank
mean, I've
you.
already said to him, listen, like you got to just hang out with your friends,
Be a
take care
kid.
of you, take
Be a
care of
kid.
you and hang out with your friends, and anything else that occurs is going to happen when it happens. That's it. That's it. I mean, maybe I should look in the mirror and talk to myself half the time, but I give him the best advice. You know, sometimes you don't give it to
Right.
yourself.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, yes, yeah, the process. That's the biggest thing too, is just patience, process. If it's the right time, it's going to happen. If it's not, it's not. You
Not and
know,
not get
it's
stuck.
not
I think if
right.
you just really, stay with intentionality. I know, December is a very big month for everybody who is looking to close out the year, right,
Mhm.
in a different way.
Yeah.
Most times. I
And
mean,
a lot of times this is a very terrible time for people.
it is. It is. It's a
It's
hard one.
sad, and there's depression, and there's so much going on. You
There
know what I
is.
mean?
There
Emotionally for
is.
people, emotionally.
There is. And
Um,
people have to take their own temperature, and people
yeah.
have to be practice kindness and stop, you know, just learn to behave differently. It's such a delicate time for a lot of people, and stop
Hmm.
being all about yourself. Like I try
Yeah.
to be mindful and because it's not the most wonderful time of the year for people this month. It's the most
Right.
horrible time of the year. I
Right. Right.
I lost someone that I loved dearly that
Hmm.
the holidays was just centered around that person, or that person would, led the
Right.
holidays and they're no longer here. But we have to, just, extend those olive branches to those who feel that way to know, hey,
Hmm.
um, I know this is not probably, the best time of the year for you, but I'm here, or, let's grab a
Hmm.
cup of coffee. Like, I just think we all have to be,
Sometimes you don't even know what people are going through.
you don't. And
You
sometimes
just
it's just
don't. You
simple
don't know to
check-in,
even
just checking
say,
in.
"Hey, I'm here." You
Like
know?
you could just check in and say, "Hey, listen, it's been a minute. Haven't heard from you. Just checking in. Love to grab some
Yeah.
coffee sometime. I'm
Yeah.
here." And
Yeah.
I think sometimes we get away from that because we're all like consumed in the things
Our
that
own
are not
things.
within ourselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And I'm going to say sometimes you're not, I mean, some people, and it's perfectly fine for people that are in this season, that it isn't a good time for them, and they don't have it in them or the capacity to fill anyone else's cup at this point,
yeah,
because they're not able to fill their own,
yeah, agreed.
and that is something that you gotta, I guess, look at those people, because you probably know them and they're probably really close to you, and
Yeah,
look at those people and not, if they don't fill your cup this season, then they don't, because they can't even fill their own,
absolutely.
and understand that. And you know what I mean? Pay attention. Just pay
Yeah,
attention
pay attention. I like
and
that.
be patient. Patience.
Yes, pay attention. The signs are always there.
Yes, patience. Patience and process. Patience. The PP. Patience. PP. I don't even like
Yeah, I
how
don't
I.
sound
I
too
don't even
good.
like how I said that, but
Maybe the
patience.
P and the P. That don't even sound good either. So,
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
wow, this was really great. I'm glad that, we had a chance to talk about and highlight this conversation. I think it's very required. I think that everyone can benefit and internalize this message in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as always, it's great to be behind the mic with you.
You
And
too,
I'm
girl.
excited to see what we uncover next.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, everyone, you're listening to Web's Women.
Where exposure brings strength.
Oh, shit.